Hello guys, so today we'll be talking about Joker. Well, according to CBR, Joker is about toxic masculinity. Well, according to these people, anything that's toxic masculinity isn't being, what I mean, I'm not gonna say that word, but there's actually a name of a movie that is a Joker knockoff. That is for sure. So Joker, according to these weirdos, see, this is why no one trusts the mainstream media. Okay, Joker is now out of the box office. It's not really breaking much more records anymore because most of the records, but for Joker have already been broken. Okay, the only thing it has left is it's gonna pass Alice in the Wonderland domestically, probably Aladdin worldwide, and a few other movies as well being passed by Joker and the $340 million reigns as well. Joker was a massive box office success, but of course, these people just never know when to stop. They always find some way to talk about, oh my god, this movie you like? Well, it's toxic. It's a movie of hate. Remember around, until, July to, February, they made hit piece after hit piece of Alita Battle Angel. It was like every day you saw another article saying how bad a Read About Angel is and how evil Read About Angel is. Well, Joker has now its own independent article. Instead of being about the cult of Read About Angel, it's about Joker and toxic masculinity. Because of course, a white man cannot be a main character in a movie in this day and age and be successful, and the SJWs do not complain about it. I guess Luke Skywalker must be toxic as well. Revealed, and of course, this is some spoilers for Joker, so it's basically about, revealed to be someone for past memories, found abusive childhood, off effects downward spiral, takes him into fallen from a failed comedian to a murderer having killed three Wall Street bankers working for Wayne Industries talk host Mary Franken. However, much of the film points to his mother Penny as a tipping point after becoming Joker and committing these acts. Upon expose toxic masculinity! Unreasonable! Oh no! How dare you talk about toxic? How dare you have a character that, oh, yeah, they go down here, so. Offer, and they say basically, seeking approval is comedy clear. However, he isn't that good, or he has a clause for kids' hospitals to earn money to take care of Penny. Basically, how he starts trying to get by, but oh no, toxic! It starts agreeing with his teen gang who sees his work inside, beat him up in the alley. I boss about conversations, trying to see if they'll respect him. Basically, the whole point of Joker is that he turns evil because turns into the bad side because society doesn't like him. It is a very reliable message to many people because there are a lot of people who have been bullied, who have been picked on for mental illness, and they just hate this movie because the you know it's just sad that they talk about, oh, we need to help make people of pre-existing conditions. Okay, people who are down in the dumps. We need to help people who are. We need to stand up to the bullies and stuff. We need to you know we need to stop bullies or else turn to criminals. And Joker is a movie that perfectly shows that picking on people in the streets for their career, their interests, and what they like doing is wrong. And then we have these people saying, "Oh my God, this movie's so toxic." Okay, it's about a white man. Ooh, we're so afraid. Oh no, there's gonna be a lot of quote unquote violence. That never happened. You know, outside of a certain city in China where there has been violence going on there since March. But they're not gonna tell you that. But and of course, and the only and the closest thing was people wearing Joker masks in Hong Kong and Lebanon during protests. There wasn't much violence by those people. Okay, you know. They're all comment made that all male resulting in foul language and violence to assert power over Joker or Arthur, who's foul aggressive and often comes out as effeminate. The man who really sent him over the edge, however, come midway through the film, was assaulted by rain and employees on a train after they harassed a woman. He is pummeled by them for laughing, which is a predetermined condition that he suffers from. You know, so this movie is basically talking about, hey, stop, do not pick on people that he people with predetermined conditions that are picked on all the time in the world. And we have these SNOs who say, hey, not you, how dare you have a movie. Basically, talking about people with, for example, a neurological condition that he has to, for example, Joker has to suffer throughout Alpha Fleck, or Joker has to suffer throughout his entire life, but nope, if, bullying, people beating up people up and taking advantage of people who are disabled, okay, that's totally right according to these people. If they hate the Joker movie so much, a movie that is basically, against bullying, and some people, and they'll and they even say a fit of the possessed relation. These people are trying to kill him. He pulls a pistol and kills the people. The actress No Way Kadorbo was a retaliation for bullying. He was trying to defend himself, and I wouldn't be surprised if this happens all the time in actual society. Thomas Wayne is another toxic male. He comes to a place of privilege. He punches a comedian for angry about whether he is Arthur's father. Thomas kills him on the way out, reminding him that he's beneath the elite. Another case of a man who resorts to his fist instead of conversation. This is something Arthur constantly wills from Gotham's lack of civility, which the whole point of Gotham is supposed to be not a good place. There's supposed to be a lot of corrupt individuals, and it's like you haven't seen the show Gotham, okay? The show Gotham is ran by corrupt individuals, and the police of Gotham, until the very end, are ran by corrupt individuals, okay? So that turn evil, and it's ran by corrupt government officials and stuff that don't really want to do anything about all the crime, okay? And the fact that the police department is kind of kind of like ignored sometimes. Okay, that some of the government even does bad things in the Gotham show. Tied to and beats to the point where he suffers brain damage as a child. You can all see how it influenced Joker's creation. By the time he is in the hospital, Alpha's taking out frustrations on her, and relieving the pressure heaped on. So according to this guy, Joker is about toxic masculinity. Okay, the reason why they hate this movie so much is the fact that it's about, that we saw him be. I think the real story of Joker is not about toxic masculinity. I think the real story of Joker is it's about, it's try. I won't be surprised if one of the secret messages for Joker is try to say, hey, there are people with mental illnesses in the world, and we have to treat them like people. They're not people we can punch down and get rid of them just because you think they're inferior to them. And that's like the kind of the whole point of Joker, okay? Joker is someone who's mentally ill. Yes, he should be treated, but being beaten up on the street for being for the predetermined condition, okay? It's just not a nice thing to do, okay? And the whole point of Gotham is that Gotham officials, until Batman arrives, is a very corrupt place, and Batman tries to, makes the place way less corrupt. Batman is kind of a huge help to Gotham, and that's the whole point of Gotham. Gotham's a very corrupt city, and every comic origin and every pre-Batman origin to Gotham, pre-Batman Gotham, that Gotham is a very, 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 very corrupt place, especially compared to other places in the DCEU. And the both best comparisons we have to Gotham is Chicago and New York. Okay, which is what Gotham is based off, both of those cities. The crime of those cities was, and you know, and that's basically hit about Joker. So so lifetime of dealing with toxic masculinity, a boy plays the Joker persona, but his wife being more a comedy than a tragedy. Comedian lashes out on men who bully and rash their way to success by killing the wholesale of a couple of gunshots in the Joker movie. Okay, I gotta see the comments here. And of course, toxic propaganda, toxic masculinity is, of course, you know, people are sick of, the media demonizing men, okay? People are sick of it, okay? Anybody can be toxic, okay? Man or woman, okay? You know, Joker, it's not about toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity, okay? Otherwise then we have Dragon Ball Z as toxic masculinity, okay? Dragon Ball would probably be a bigger example of toxic masculinity than Joker is. And I'm surprised the media hasn't attacked Dragon Ball for being toxic masculinity, okay? Where it's really grown men beating each other up and fits of anger again, like for example, most of Dragon Ball Z in general, to stop people from, destroying the Earth and destroying the planet, okay? So basically, some of it is joke. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. They made it up to demonize men to make so everybody becomes a bunch of that C word. It's basically Joker's movie that came out to be a Joker. Literally the same thing as Joker. Okay, with yeah, this movie, which is basically a it's similar. It came out the same day as Joker. It's kind of like a Joker clone. Okay, you know. But of course, the SCW is saying, "Oh my God, this movie's such a masterpiece." Okay, you know, it's about standing up to the evil Trump supporters. Okay, that's what this movie's entirely about. Okay, this movie called Cuck. Okay, nobody likes this movie. If you get Joker, okay, we got Joker score compared to Cuck, which is the politically correct version of Joker. You can see the clear difference between the audience scores. Joker is much higher than the basically Joker. I think is at the moment is a to me is a people have mental illnesses. We need to help them instead of beat them up. Okay, instead of beating them up. It's not really about toxic masculinity. Okay, it's about it shows that society is a cool place. That society is an evil, awful place. That society is just people in the society just don't care about you. Okay, they don't care about your condition. There are of course nice people in society, but I think the whole point of Joker is that there are people who are mentally ill that get treated like trash every day. That are just trying to get by, and you know it's because society deems these people as bad, as not good. And I don't know when the Joker probably took place in the 80s or something, the 80s and 70s. Especially during the 80s and 70s, there was not really people with you have mental illness. You basically basically a outcast going to society in the 70s and 80s. We don't have it like in the 2010s. There's all these people trying to help all these people with mental issues and stuff, with actual issues going on inside their head. Okay, people who can't control themselves mentally, like for example the Joker, and there's a lot more I can talk about the Joker, okay, this CBR just stop, okay, toxic masculinity just doesn't exist, okay, there's no such thing as toxic masculinity, okay, basically anything is now toxic masculinity, okay. The show is basically about the tragedy of Joker's backstory, how he became the Joker, how he became crazy because people treated him bad because he has mental illness, and a lot of people who are quote unquote toxic males, they're the ones sorry to tell you, but most fights in the streets are male to male. Females don't really get in street balls like males do. Okay, that's the thing. So that's basically it. Toxic masculinity does not exist. And thus, Joker is just saying that society is not a good place. That, society treats people bad, and it's just society. As that the message is really about how society created Joker and not toxic masculinity, which, of course, we all know doesn't exist.